Hey there, it's Dr. E, and I help leaders around the globe optimize their leadership from the inside out. From the inside out. Think about it. Everything that goes on up here impacts what goes on out there. Now, how you doing with everything that's going on in this world? A lot of my coaching clients right now are excessively stressed. They are overwhelmed with stress, and it's really fueled by a sense of worry. What if the market doesn't get better? What if my portfolio doesn't recover? What if someone in my family gets sick? What if my business goes under? What if I run out of toilet paper or wine? I mean, let's talk about this, right? So I want to give this analogy that I use with my coaching clients, and that is when we think what if, when we start to worry about worst case scenario and emotionally react as if it is imminent, that's like putting your winter coat on in summer. Putting your winter coat on in summer. Now, just bear with me as I explain this analogy. I used to live in Dallas, Texas. When I first got my degree, my PhD, I had a private practice in Dallas, Texas. And if you've ever been to Texas in the summer, it gets hot. Stinking hot, I think, is the proper meteorological term, okay? It could easily be 100 or over for, multiple days in a row. But come January or February, it gets a little chilly, right? And come January, February, when I lived in Dallas, I might wear a jacket, right? Sometimes even I get cold easily, maybe even a scarf. So I want you to picture and imagine that it is August, right? And you are coming to see me in my office in Dallas because you're like, I'm going to work with Dr. E to make sure that I really optimize my leadership from the inside out. And it is 101 degrees out because it's August, right? And I come to meet you in the waiting room and introduce myself, and I'm wearing a parka and a hat and a scarf and mittens. What might you say to me? Well, if you're polite, you might say something like, why are you wearing the coat? And if I said, oh, no, I know it's not cold out now, but it's going to be cold in January, so I'm just preparing. What would you say to me? You're cuckoo crazy, right? Well, you may not say that because you're more polite than I am, but you might think you're cuckoo crazy. Because putting your winter coat on in summer and sweating for 4 months without it being necessary makes no sense at all, right? You would never actually do that. And yet when we have this what if thinking and we emotionally react as if what we fear could happen is already happening, is imminent, that's like wearing your winter coat in summer. Now, having a winter coat in the closet makes sense for when you need it, right? And the analogy there is thinking about worst case scenario and taking steps to either prevent it or put systems in place to, if it does happen, to make sure that you are ready for it. That makes sense. Having your winter coat in the closet for when you're ready, that's good leadership. Emotionally reacting as if the winter is already here, as if what you are fearful is going to happen is already happening, that's sweating for months without needing to. Take off your winter coat. Put it in the closet, right? Keep it in the closet so that you can think about how you can problem solve in case something happens, but do not emotionally react as if what you fear is imminent. Put that winter coat in the closet so you can be a better leader for your team, for your family, and for yourself.